So for the notes today, we're going to be, there's patches. We're going to be talking about articles, which is the words in English a, and, and some. And then we're also going to be talking about making words plural and using gustar with verbs and singular and plural nouns. So for articles, you're going to fill in this little chart. So basically for articles, there are two articles that you can use in English, kind of three. There's the word the, and then there's the word a, or sometimes an if it's after the word after starts with a vowel. So we'll talk about some in a minute, but the word the is designating that it's a specific thing, and the word a or an is meaning like any one. So the reason that some is down here as the plural form of a or an is because if you say like a book, but then you change it to plural, you're not going to say a books, you're going to say some books, so that's why that one's that way. We're going to just fill this chart in. You can color this column blue and this column red, and then highlight those in blue and red as well. And so the word el, if you're saying the in Spanish, you're going to say, in your noun is masculine and singular, you're going to use the word el. If it's plural and masculine, you're going to say los. So el libro would be the book, los libros would be the books. For feminine, you're going to say la for a feminine singular and las for feminine plural. So la silla would be the chair and las sillas would be the chairs. So for a and an, this is again, you're designating anyone. This one is specific, a or an is any. So if you're saying a book, you'd say un libro. Unos libros would be some books. For feminine, so that's if it's masculine and singular, masculine, plural. Singular and feminine would be una silla, unas sillas. So una silla would be a chair. Unas sillas would be some chairs. So go ahead and fill on that chart, color it in. So now we're going to look down here at making words plural. So when you're making words plural, again, nouns and adjectives can be plural in Spanish. So if you have a plural noun, you need a plural adjective, as we talked about the other day. So to make words plural, if your word ends with a vowel, you're just going to add s to the end. And the thing to know about plural words in Spanish is that all words that are plural end with s. You don't have weird ones like deer or mice. All plural words end with s in Spanish. So you're going to add an s to the end if it ends with a vowel. For example, el libro verde, both of those end with a vowel, would change to los libros verdes. You're just going to add an s to each of your words here. Remember that when you change the word to plural, el libro, you also have to change the article to plural. So el would become los. If you had un up here, un would become unos. If your word ends with a consonant, you're going to add es to the end to make it plural. So for example, el papel azul, the blue paper, would become los papeles azules. So you added your es on each of these, and your L over here became los. Don't forget to change that when you do those words. And then if your word ends with a Z, the letter Z, you're going to change the Z to a C, and then you're going to add es to the end. And that's just for word flow. They just want it to flow a little bit more nicely. So for example, el lápiz becomes los lápices. Your accent mark stays on there. Your Z changes to a C, and then you add es. Don't forget to change your word el to the word los. Look down here with using gustar with singular and plural nouns and also with verbs. So if you're using the word gustar, which is just the me gusta, ti te gusta, no me gusta, all of those words, if you're using gustar with a verb, meaning like I like to eat, I like to run, I like to study, you're going to use the word gusta. So what I mean by that, I'm going to get a little closer. If I say, for example, if I ask a question, a ti te gusta comer el chocolate? The word right after gustar is a verb. We know it's a verb because it ends with er. Remember from yesterday, er, ar, or ir are all verbs. That's the last two letters, that's a verb. So that's a verb. Comer means to eat. So te gusta comer, we have the word gusta next to comer. If you're going to use gustar with a singular noun, you still use gusta, just like we learned. So if I'm answering the question, a ti te gusta comer chocolate, if I'm answering that, I'm going to say, sí, yes, a mí me gusta, I like el chocolate, chocolate. So again, the word right after gustar is a singular noun, so you're going to use gusta. And then to use gustar with a plural noun, you're going to use the word gustan. You just have to add an N to the end of gusta here. So for example, you'd say, a mí no me gustan los vegetales. You know that this is a plural word because the word los means it's a plural noun. It's a plural article, as you saw above. So you're going to use the word gustan. The reason for that is because these phrases like me gusta, really what that means is it's pleasing to me, meaning the chocolate, it. If you're saying something that's plural, now they are pleasing, and that's why this has to change. So we kind of talked about that yesterday. You're thinking of this phrase as I like it, but what the words actually translate to literally are it's pleasing, or they are pleasing to me. So if you guys have any questions about this worksheet, you can go ahead and email me, or you can wait and you can ask me when I get back.